Alright guys, welcome back to the Sound Design channel. My name is La and today we're going to continue on with our Sound Design Foundations mini course thing. So if you watched the last two videos, we made this. Right, so we've got a nice pluck and we have a nice bass to complement that, and now what we need is a pad to kind of fill that space in the background. Okay, cool, so we have Wavetable here. It's going to be that same sine wave that we had just as the default, and what we want to do actually is just take this bass progression down. You always want to kind of harmonize with what you already have in the track, but for this pad progression, what we're going to do is we're just going to sustain these notes here. Sustain or legato them on up to the F. Alright, cool. So we have these sustain notes now, but we need to make maybe some chords. You don't have to. You could definitely just have a pad like this. We'll move it up an octave. Right, just some kind of like sustain thing in the background, but it's going to be nicer if we have some chords that I think actually we'll have it starting here. And for the chords, we can do some really nice simple ones. All we do is just move all of them. So hold Control and click, and we're going to drag them up to the fifth. So the E is the fifth note in the scale from the A. And then we're going to go to the C above. So this is just a triad. It's a A minor triad. So it would be, well, at least for the first one. So it would be A, C, E normally, but instead of putting the C there, we're going to put the C on the octave above, and it just makes the progression sound a little bit more open. It's very loud. Right, very simple, works very well. You can go further if you wanted to and maybe add some additional notes here, like maybe we do an additional E, and then we could do an additional A on this one. Maybe we get some support from the A at the bottom as well. So we support these bottom notes. Same with this G. Oh. So now it feels a little bit more full. By the way, we are going to change the sound. Obviously now it's just a sine wave, so it sounds pretty boring. But yeah, we're going to make it sound nice. So we have this D here to copy the same here. And then just same again, essentially. So I think I can just copy this one to be lazy. Yeah. And this one's the different one. So this needs a supporting F. And then a F here. No, not an F. C. What should I do here? Let's maybe do... Let's find a nice little layering note here. So I think maybe we do... So we could do the E. It's always nice to have actually some of the same notes playing through. So what I mean is having some consistent notes. So maybe we could have this D playing all the way through. Let's see. Actually, let's try that. So I have this D here. Maybe not here. We'll see. It might be a bit too congested there. And then with this one, we need the supporting G at the bottom. And then we can have this D at the top. See, with the D there, it does sound a little bit, I don't know. I don't want to say bad or off because it kind of gives it a bit of character. I'm going to leave it for now, and then if it's bothering us later on, we just change it. So now let's just try and make this sound a little bit nicer. So let's just bring this to a sawtooth. And then just bring down the cutoff. we go. Let's bring up the volume now. Nice. Okay, so we got this nice sawtooth going through a low cutoff filter, and in some cases this could be enough for a pad. You don't generally need to go crazy with loads of effects and things like that, but you might want a little bit of movement, and so if we can use envelope 2 to add a bit of movement. So instead of having like a pluck, what we've been doing with the other two sounds, we can have this kind of slow attack, and to give this kind of gradual feeling of the sound opening up. And we're going to attach this to the cutoff filter just like we did before. The other thing we want to do is add some unison, so you're spreading the sound across a few voices, and so you just put it onto classic. It's now spread across 3 voices, and then the amount will kind of determine the amount of detune, because they're going to kind of detune from each other. So you don't want this to be too high. We're going to have it high so you can hear. It just sounds horrible, but a little bit of that. And now we're getting the side information, which is nice as well. You can also add a little bit of movement as well. You could add movement to, say, like the wavetable position. So you could go like this. And that's going to add a little bit of character, so we could do that. So wavetable position, see here. So we can go a little bit less and a lot slower. A little bit quicker. Alright, and then now what we can do is, I feel like it needs to be a little bit less bright because it's going to get in the way of the other things. So I think we might need to adjust the notes, or we can just drop it down a little bit. So let's see what it's like if we drop it down to 12 semitones. Yeah, very nice.
Hi, this video is sponsored by us. If you like these tutorials and want to support the channel, check out our website packed with online courses and professional sample packs. Also check our ready-to-use and club-tested Diva presets. You can browse by the genre and style you're looking for, or get the incredible deal with the full Diva preset bundle. Thank you for listening, and now let's get back to your tutorial.
Obviously we have bass information now, right? And this bass information is going to pretty much get in the way of the bass here. So you can EQ it out, or you could take out the bass notes if you wanted to. It's up to you, but you generally don't want them to be in the way, or you can do some compression. So we're going to do a little bit of mixing here. So I think we're just going to EQ. So we're still getting this nice deep chord here, but we're not getting that sub information. Cool, and then let's listen to the other things at the same time, because they could actually not be working at all, so it's good to be listening to the other sounds. Yeah, I think a little bit of reverb is needed, and yeah, just a bit of space. So we need to do a little bit of sidechain compression. And I think I'm going to just adjust some of the notes on the pad as well, but we'll come back to that. So let's get some compression. So we're going to sidechain to the kick. As it's playing sustain the whole time, we want it to kind of make some room for the kick to come through. All right, nice little bit of sidechain there, and then we can add some sidechain from the bass. So because the bass is playing kind of in this area here, this whole area up to around 200 hertz, they're going to be sitting on top of each other. So if we just do a bit of sidechain, don't want it to be that obvious where it's really pumping. I want it to be quite quick. The ratio on this as well. with sidechaining, especially for like melodic house, it doesn't really want to be obvious, like obvious pumping, but you want it to actually be benefiting the sound that you're sidechaining from in a certain way. So you want the kick to be coming through clearer, you want the bass to be coming through clearer, but you don't want the original sound to be super pumpy. I mean, in some cases you might. Yeah, it's absolutely up to you. Music is very subjective, so you can have that pumping feeling if you want, but it will kind of give off this kind of like EDM feeling. It's a lot better if it's a bit more subtle. So we want to try and have the sidechaining, but without it being too obvious, essentially. All right, cool. So that's all good. I think I'm just for me, I feel like I need to just adjust the notes a little bit more, and we're just going to add this reverb here. So the same reverb that we had set up onto the pluck. So everything is sitting in the same room. We're going to add that same reverb onto the pad. Yeah, okay, so let's maybe do a little adjustment. I think one thing is I'll get rid of these bottom notes. Yeah, still got enough low information there, which is nice. And I think what we can do is we can change one of these notes. Maybe the E can be on A instead. And this one here could be on a D. So it's just making the notes a little bit closer to each other, and it's just going to make them feel a little bit more stable and a lot more consistent notes, as you can see here. So we can maybe move this E. I don't think we can play the A or the B. Let's do... Well, we could leave that up, actually, as it is. Or, no, yeah, we'll move that to the A. So it's the same here. And then this one here, we can just move this down to the F. Alright guys, so we have our nice simple pad playing some nice chords along the background just to support the elements that we have within the track. So the next video that I'm going to cover is how to make the kind of like ear candy / pad in the background, which is a little bit more of an advanced technique. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Hi, this video is sponsored by us. If you like these tutorials and want to support the channel, check out our website packed with online courses and professional sample packs. Also check our ready-to-use and club-tested Diva presets. You can browse by the genre and style you're looking for, or get the incredible deal with the full Diva preset bundle. Thank you for listening, and now let's get back to your tutorial.